In the name of the God whose mercy is profound, whose kindness is forever, can faith be questioned? Well, the clear answer from the Quran is that it can be questioned. In fact, it ought to be questioned. Because faith is an understanding that you get from, to begin with, your environment, your forefathers, your elders. And the Quran is very clear about the fact that what you get from your elders is not necessarily always correct. There is a great danger. What your elders are telling you is not the true understanding of faith. It is only through questioning, through probing, through doubting the faith that you are able to understand it more properly. You are able to reach the better versions of faith. Because if questioning faith was unacceptable and deplorable, then of course the Quran would never had required people to question the faiths of their respective societies. The Quran continues to criticize many faiths, many elements of faith of other societies. The faith of the polytheists was criticized by the Quran. The faith of the Jews and the Christians was criticized by the Quran, and it demanded from the believers in these faiths to open their minds and to revisit the understanding of faith in the light of the arguments that are being presented by the Quran. Therefore, the Muslims who believe in the Quran to be the word of God, to be the text which has been revealed to give us guidance, they have a duty to make sure that when it comes to the question of faith, they are always going to make sure that they are going to question and they are going to review their understanding. There are many people who say that when we are going to question our faith, we will be doubting it. And doubting faith is a serious religious problem, unacceptable attitude. The fact of the matter is that if you do not question and doubt, you can never be sure as to whether what you have accepted is true and correct or not. There are many people who believe that if you have shut your mind and if you have emotionally attached yourself to faith, it's only then that you can have strong faith. They don't realize that peoples belonging to all different faiths have a similar attitude, and they are all believing that what they have with them is the correct version of the understanding of this reality. Of course, that cannot be true. It cannot be possible that there is one God and there are many gods, and God has no son, but God has also a son. All these different versions of reality about this world and its creator can be simultaneously correct. Therefore, there is no escaping the fact that there is only one true understanding of faith. We do not know whether we have been given to be born in a society, to be raised up in a society which is presenting the right version of truth. The only way we can reach the correct understanding of faith is through probing, through questioning, through reflecting, and finding out by interacting with people, by using our own senses as to which presentation of faith is the right presentation. And that can only be possible if we question faith, if we keep asking as to whether what we have been given to believe is correct, does it make sense, is it authentic, is it what the true reality could be or not. So, true faith, proper faith is the one which you are able to acquire through a process of intellectual reasoning, where questioning is at the very heart of it. When you question, you are trying to find out whether what you have been given to accept is right or wrong, is authentic or unauthentic. And of course, you move towards reaching the clearer and the more reliable aspects of reality. And it is an ongoing process. There are many people who fear the consequences of this process, the Quran, on the other hand, encourages people to continue to probe and question and understand with an open mind. Most certainly there is a danger that at times people might do it just for the sake of it, to escape accepting the true reality. Of course, if somebody has a bad intention, you cannot do anything about it. But if you approach faith and you question whatever is presented to you in the right spirit, then you will continue to follow the track which is going to take you from lower stations of reality to higher stations of reality and faith. May the Almighty enable all of us to have the right version of reality and to believe in the faith which is truly coming from Him.